Today, we will talk about 10 most scenic train rides in the world. There's never been a better time to explore the world by rail. Some of the world's most scenic train rides were created mainly to take passengers through beautiful, perhaps inaccessible locales, while others connect cities and towns, replacing air travel for shorter trips with convenient downtown stations and frequent schedules. On some trains, the beauty of the interior decor rivals that of the passing scenery, and many train stations are destinations in themselves, with art, vintage architecture, gourmet dining, and classic cocktail venues. Here are 10 of the most scenic train journeys around the world, from Japan to the United Kingdom. 1. Pacific Surfliner, United States. This Amtrak route hugs the Pacific coast, starting from San Luis Obispo, where you can explore the lively college town or venture out to nearby wineries or a historic mission. From there, ride in comfort for 350 miles of ocean views with beaches, rocky coastline, quaint towns, and little between you and the blue Pacific. In San Diego, visit Balboa Park Museums or dine in Little Italy or the Gaslamp Quarter. If time allows, take advantage of train stations along the way that are within walking distance of local attractions. In Santa Barbara, head to the nearby beach or Fung Zone, an artsy collection of boutiques, restaurants, and cafes, or sample California wines as you stroll and sip through the urban wine trail. 2. The Jacobite Steam Train, Scotland. Starting in the Scottish Highlands town of Fort William near Britain's highest mountain, Ben Nevis, this 84-mile round-trip train journey winds through green hills, crystal blue lochs, deep valleys, and quaint villages. A highlight of the trip is the crossing of the 21-arched Glenfinnan Viaduct with its graceful curves and towering columns, overlooking Loch Shiel and the Jacobite Monument. Harry Potter fans will recognize this view, as well as the steam engine and carriages, which became the Hogwarts Express, courtesy of West Coast Railways, which operates the Jacobite. 3. Napa Valley Wine Train, United States. Riding through rows of grapevines, across farmland, and past picturesque wineries with a backdrop of green hills is one of the pleasures of the 36-mile round-trip journey from downtown Napa to Strihelina. Board in an industrial section of Napa and enjoy views of the town's outdoor contemporary art with murals, sculpture, landscaping, and parks promoted by Rail Arts District Napa. Continue through the towns of Yountville, Rutherford, and Oakville with gourmet meals and wines to enhance the journey. It's a convenient and safe way to explore and taste wines, with a variety of stops and winery tours available. 4. Grand Canyon Railway, United States. This 130-mile round-trip journey begins about 30 miles west of Flagstaff in Williams, Arizona, and heads north to the south rim of Grand Canyon National Park. On the way, passengers are encouraged to get into the Old West spirit with musical entertainment, cowboy characters, and other surprises, while the terrain changes from the ponderosa pine forest of Williams to open prairie and back to pinyon pines near the Grand Canyon. In addition to the spectacular landscape, guests might spot wildlife that includes elk, mountain lions, deer, bald eagles, owls, and California condors. 5. The Chip Express, Mexico. This journey crosses some of Mexico's most spectacular terrain, much of it inaccessible by other means. Said to be 4 times the size of the Grand Canyon, Copper Canyon in the northwest state of Chihuahua is actually several canyons, the deepest at 6,167 feet. The length of the ride depends on where you board, but the trip on the Chip Express from Las Mochas, near the west coast, to inland Creel will be about 9 hours. Opened in 1961 after several decades of construction, the train crosses 37 bridges and passes through 86 tunnels. The landscape includes rugged terrain, mountains, gorges, deep ravines, and even agricultural areas. 6. Metro North Railroad Hudson Line, United States. This commuter train originates in New York City's Grand Central Terminal and travels along the eastern shore of the Hudson River to Poughkeepsie. The trip takes about 2 hours and passes through historic towns with views of the river, forests, and stately mansions. While daily commuters might take the scenery for granted, sightseers can enjoy the beautiful round-trip journey for less than $50. Heading north out of Manhattan's Grand Central Terminal, a must-see destination in itself. The train passes Yankee Stadium in the borough of the Bronx and continues along the river through towns, well worth the time to stop and visit. 7. 𝓾𝓵𝓽𝓲𝓬 Scenic Railway, Australia. This journey takes guests through one of the world's oldest rainforests in Queensland, Australia. The 2-hour trip begins in cairns and passes scenery that includes trees, waterfalls, mountains, and ravines. Barron Gorge, one of Queensland's most popular national parks, can be viewed from the train or by driving a short distance from 𝓾𝓵𝓽𝓲 at the end of the train line. In 𝓾𝓵𝓽𝓲, guests can shop for locally made art and handicrafts or stop at a cafe. A bird aviary, butterfly sanctuary, and reptile park are other attractions. 8. Glacier Express, Switzerland. This train travels between Zermatt and St. Switzerland, through the Swiss Alps with breathtaking views of mountains, streams, and quaint towns. Starting in the mountain village of Zermatt near the Matterhorn, the journey continues past rocky peaks, crossing the Rhone into the upper Rhone Valley. The 𝓀𝓸𝓻𝓵𝓭'𝓼 Pass, near the source of the Rhine River, is the highest point of the trip at nearly 7,000 feet. 9. Transalpine Train, New Zealand. The 4.5-hour journey between Christchurch and Greymouth on New Zealand's South Island is run once daily by 𝓀𝓵𝓽𝓲𝓬 as one of their great journeys of New Zealand. Departing Christchurch at 8:15 a.m., the train passes through farmland, past sheep and cattle, and then on towards the Southern Alps. After about an hour, the climb into the mountains begins, across steel bridges over deep gorges and through short tunnels. There's a short stop at Arthur's Pass station, and then a trip through one of New Zealand's longest tunnels, over a deep valley and across another river with views of waterfalls. 10. 𝓾𝓵𝓽𝓲𝓬, Sri Lanka. This 7-hour trip takes passengers through remote villages, past waterfalls and lush green hills, and through the tea plantations for which the country is known. Originally built by the British in the late 1800s, Sri Lanka's rail system was originally used to transport tea and coffee for export. Now, the train is a favorite way to explore the country, view the varied scenery, and observe villages and local people along the way. Ella is a hill country village, worth exploring before you board or when you arrive. 𝓲𝓻𝓵𝓭'𝓼. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.